Welcome to part 20 of the city of Waterside. Now, in the last part we were just building up the city, recovering the economy, we expanded industry out this way, and we've now got some growth going now. And the problem I've got now is if I look, the game's paused for a specific reason, in the sense that I've got a massive traffic problem through here. What's actually happening is the industrial traffic is now starting to come through here, and what I'm going to do is actually try and improve this. I have an idea. I've saved the game because this is going to be fairly high risk strategy, and because what we're actually going to do is we got the money to do it, and what we're going to do is actually go underground. And what I want to do is start up here. We're going to be pretty creative, and I want to go down 2 levels because I want to be able to go under this railway, under this subway here. And what I want to do is effectively just I had a feeling that might be a problem, so what I might have to do is come up and delete these surface roads, which I didn't really want to do, but I think maybe we're just going to have to take out these top roads. I've got a little bit that needs to come out as well, and I've just deleted a chunk of my roundabout, which is what I didn't want to do, which means we've now got to come back in here, come here, collect here, and reconnect that. And I think we'll come over here, and I say this is going to be slightly high risk. I'm going to go down again, and hopefully this will now come in a lot closer than, yep, that's a lot better. That's what I actually want it to, certainly didn't want it to do that. I've just deleted a tree up above, but I think I can live with that. Maybe we're just going to have to come here. So I want these roads in pretty close to this area here. And then I want to come up here, so I'm going to have to take out this one, go back down, come up one, I want to come up again so that you connect into there. Actually, I probably can take out this middle roundabout as well, this section here. The idea is to clear off these surface roads. I may put some local feeders back in again, but they will be like I built up here before, 2-way, 1-way roads, and the idea is that these will, actually let's take out, I'm going to spin the map round now. Go down, and again I want this to stay in as close to this other as I can get it, and I'm gonna have to go back a bit because I haven't gone down 2 levels of depth, so we're gonna have to come down here, go down again. Under here. nicely, so we're actually almost going to be underneath the railway. And there is a reason for that, in the sense that I'm going to kind of come out here. Just, it's going to be a bit wonky, but I think we can live with that. So we've now got the junction there. What I'm going to do now is see if I can. The idea is that I can kind of come down like that, and then, and of course it's not going to let me. Yes, it is. Good. And it's going to do the same on this side. And it's not going to let me slope too steep, but and it's not. And we have this here, but I'm going to have to reverse this one, I'm pretty sure. We're going to go down again and just connect that in there. The problem's going to be is getting these, and we're going to do the same here. By having the roads underground, you should be able to. No, don't do this to me, please. I want you to connect into that one. Oh, yes, it's done it. Good, 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 good. And I think that's the. I will check these afterwards. I know they're not going to be perfect, but I think we can live with these. See, part of the problem is not being able to fill these gaps in, is having these roads here, but I want these to be well away from these junctions. And down again. This is where it could get interesting, because we've got the I think what we're going to have to do is remove you, because I don't think we actually need that now. And actually, let's see if we can. And see if we can get you in now. Like that. And we're going to go in exactly the same this side. And we're too close to that. But we might get away with it. We go out a bit like that. You can just check the directionality. You need to. Why is that saying cannot upgrade this type? I only want to change the direction of the road, you idiot. Oh, don't do this to me, please, please, please. Maybe if we come off straight. So that's there. The problem we're going to have now is this junction's gotten a bit too close to this one. So this might be a problem. Just gonna maybe if we come off straight a bit further out, turn the snapping off. bugger. This one's going to be difficult. Slope too steep. Because this is actually running above this one, isn't it? So this one's going to be difficult. It's going to be a difficult one. I think we're going to have to come off here. And you're going to have to come in there. I think maybe you're going to have to... And see if we can get this... Maybe we can come off this way, down. I want you to... If we can get this to come off. Problems this metro tunnel, so we're gonna have to be a bit lateral thinking, I think, in this. So what we're gonna have to do is gonna disturb the metro, but and hopefully now this will It's always one, always one. It's one of the frustrations, guys. I think we're... So we can just come in here. You should have a connection to there. What we're going to have to do now is try and connect up this metro tunnel while I'm looking at it. Metro. There you go down. Just snick off that line there. Hopefully this will re-establish. And of course I've now brought this so close to this one that it's probably going to mess up this one. So right, we're back to down. Back to here, back underground. So that's now, hopefully these are connecting. If they're not, it's going to be embarrassing. And we're going to have to do it all over again here. And I think what we're going to do to start with is get rid of the pedestrian tunnel. Because it was always a bit of a dog's dinner now anyway, and if we we can remove that one from above, we can actually run them on the surface so the pedestrians have a nice pleasant walk across the top of the city. Just going to go up because we've got a metro running right under which is going to be interesting. So again, we're going to probably have to come out a little bit on this one before we go down. Nope, it's not going to do it, is it? This was such a good idea when I thought about it. So it's connected to that tunnel, yeah. As I say, it was such a great idea when I thought, oh yeah, this is going to be, I'm going to really enjoy doing this, and this one's going to be a nightmare, I think. Again, I think I'm going to have to, actually let's be a bit more creative with this tunnel. I mean, it was a pretty ugly tunnel anyway, so I think maybe we're so it was always a pretty horrible tunnel anyway, so let's, and I think what we can do here is kind of, there's no stations in that section, so it shouldn't slow up the actual trains. So back to roads. Sorry if this is going to take up almost virtually all the part, guys, but I really wanted to show this to you. I think we're going to have to come off here, go down West Street. It's going to be a bit of a wibbly wobbly. That's now connecting up with that one. Nearly there, guys, nearly there. Up again. I think we'll do this side first, because this side always seems to be the easiest. Famous last words. Why won't this join up now? Again. Maybe we'll start away a bit further. That will come in there. I was half wanted to have some kind of access road through here connecting up to there, so actually no, I'm getting, that might be for the future. Up, down. Maybe have to start a bit further back. Why does it say slope? Oh, slope too steep. That's because this is probably still says slope too steep. Bugger. What's so special about? Why is this one steeper than the other ones? I know I could do some down again. It should be okay. I don't understand why this doesn't. That's better. Obviously it came up, it was coming up too quickly because that was a deep tunnel. And you're connected that side, you're connected that side, and see if we can. And of course the graveyard's going to be in the way this time. Have to come up again. I think we're going to have to take off these bits here, clear off this bit here, go down, back to roads, go down. Actually, it'd be easier. Come up, if we come up. I think what I might do actually here is have a slight change in strategy. I think you've actually done a connection there, haven't you? Let's have a look. No, you haven't. So I think what we're going to do is knock these back this way. There's no metro line here, so let's go back. Come here. I want you to come up one level, like that. Sorry I'm not saying much, guys, but this is getting a little bit intense. If you can hear the phone ringing, it's unfortunate, but I don't think there's much I can do about it, to be honest. What we're going to do is come in here and quite a bit there. Going to go down to there. Well, that brings this now in quite close, and hopefully now we will be able to strike off a surface connection there. That connects up this one. The problem we're going to have now is this junction here with this graveyard here. Maybe we can we get down underneath? Space already occupied. Straight down, come on. Construction slope too steep. I think we're going to have to is there another way around this? Maybe we'll use a small maybe if I do a small I think we're just going to have to live without that junction until that graveyard's gone. And I think what we'll do now is just remake this footpath over here. Go down, up, and we're just going to kind of come across here. And I think we're just going to drop down there, and just one quick check now before we unlock. And this is where we go, guys. It's gonna add these footpaths across here, didn't I? So I can put these back in. put these in. And I think there was another one up here, wasn't there? Isn't there? That was the other way. Sorry guys. There was one over here, wasn't there? Off this corner. It kind of cuts through there. And just gonna have to see if how the traffic sorts out here. This could be an issue, this junction here, but how much left is? There's a lot of people in the graveyards in here. It's emptying, so there's not much I can do about that at the moment. But it's kind of opening up. Let's put a footpath across here. I think across the road here. That should get people walking. Just gonna have a quick check. Oh, don't want noise. Got a lot of traffic coming in here, but that could be the consequence of the changes. Just making sure we've got a bit of a queue running underneath here, which is causing a problem, but because obviously it's feeding into this area here. Got a massive traffic jam problem here. What's causing this problem here? Got lots of traffic coming up this way. Gonna have to have a look at that. Part of me, I think we've got a nice flow going here. I don't think I'm gonna put connecting roads on the surface here. I think that's just gonna make it look ugly. I think maybe we can kind of put footbridges in there. Oh, there's no footbridge there, pathway there. I think we're get a nice short connection there. Not too happy with the idea of all this traffic coming up here. We might have to do something about that. Be nice to have some kind of super underpass underneath here, but to have just keep an eye on the traffic. I mean, eventually I'll probably off camera I will push out the junction here to connect into this section here, because obviously we've got a lot of traffic pulling out here, which is turning right. So maybe I think what we need to do is just put a curve in here. That might draw some of the traffic away from this junction, and then that might ease a bit once I've done the junction up here. There's a lot of traffic coming down here. I don't really want that coming through here. Yeah, there's way too much traffic coming through here. I think we're going to try something. I've got no idea if this is going to work. So, gonna get a small brush here. Bring you out over here. And these are old. Both these districts have an old town restriction on them. So maybe if I don't want. And they can both, if I remember correctly, you've got an exit this way. Maybe I need to push this down here, because that might be affecting the traffic here. So we're just going to, oops, there's an aircraft landing. Next part, we'll probably be looking at the international airport. If we do that, that makes that a common access roundabout. this might maybe if we no, I think we're that might actually adjust the traffic. Let's just speed up a bit more. We've got some commercial coming in, so we need to jazz up the commercial. See if we can. I was putting some, did slip some commercial in over here. I think maybe we'll put a bit more in over here, just to keep the going. We've got a bit of demand for industrial. I think we'll just keep growing this area here. I like my industry, heavy industry. I know we live in a world of technology and service industries, but at the end of the day, if we don't have the major industries supporting what we're doing, one day there won't be anyone. Someone's got to do it somewhere, whether we like it or not. So let's just, this looks like this is having an effect, because I don't want this to be used as a rat run. I mean, to be honest, if we've got delivery trucks, I want them to go out round this way and come back in through there. I don't want all the traffic piling through this, because this is really meant for local access for service trucks. Because I don't know if you can see it, but service trucks and that can still come through here. So I don't want to make this into an artery. I want this to be the artery. As the autosave just gone through. I've lost where I am. Yeah, we're just here. I think that cemetery is a nuisance, but I don't think it's going to be that major problem. What the hell's going on here? Is that the effect of... What's the betting that's the effect of not having that access road here? I don't know, it's not that bad. Yeah, we've got a bit of congestion in this area, which we may need to work on. Part of me, because obviously this is now a main hub. So we've obviously got an issue here, but which is coming into here. We got, and the metro station's very, very busy. Some part of me says maybe I need to do something like that, take the pressure off that corner. Is the bus route adjusted correspondingly? Yep. Hopefully the yellow one will do exactly the same. If we take a bit of pressure off this corner junction here, that might help. Certainly a lot of people here. That 1,142 people. That's what I was looking for. There's the other effect also of doing that change here and putting that is residents who want to travel will now be pushed onto the public transport system. I think that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. I think I've done enough for this part. I think I've probably confused you enough and blown your minds. And obviously the public transports. Look at those people. Look at that. That's awesome. I like that. That's what I'm looking for, is people walking, travelling around, moving between the different public transport systems. I really like that. That's what I'm aiming for, because this is the final tip before I go. I know I keep saying I'm going to go. The more people you can put onto public transport, the less of a traffic problem you're going to have. So this is going to be a problem. I think we're going to have to look at this, but then it might just develop over time. So this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I hope you found it interesting. And till the next time,